Hello, goddesses. Welcome back to the Hello Goddess podcast. This space is where we were going to remind you that you're capable, powerful, and are meant to take up a space exactly where you are. So today I'm sitting with someone I deeply admire, Kim, the owner of SOL Pilates. I'm so excited to have her here. SOL Pilates is actually one of the first studios that I worked at, and it's in my hometown, located in Uptown Whittier, where I used to hang out. There's literally the Coffee Bean right there. I used to always go there after high school, stand in line in the movie theaters. And when I came back home when I moved back home, I was just super excited that Pilates was finally here in Whittier. And I'm just so happy that I'm sitting here with Kim today. So her story is all about breaking barriers and redefining what it means to belong in spaces that weren't built for us. So today we're going to be diving into what it truly means to take up space in white places, not just physically, but energetically, emotionally, and unapologetically. This one's for every woman who's ever questioned if she belongs. You do. You always have. And I hope after today's conversation, you will feel the truth in your bones. So
cute.
Let's get started.
Yay, fun.
Yeah, so we'll start from the beginning. What led you to Pilates, Kim, and eventually opening up your own studio?
Well, I started Pilates because I would weight train and I would go to the gym with my dad. My dad taught me like everything I know about fitness before Pilates. And then I got injured. So I have like 2 discs in my low back, and it prevented me to do a lot of my movements, a lot of my exercises, and it didn't feel the same anymore. So then I started hearing just like little things about Pilates, and I was like, okay, sounds cool. There's a machine involved, like very rehabilitatory for bodies. So I wanted to try. So I looked it up, and the closest one to me was like Downey, and it was like really like old.
Okay, yeah.
It didn't even have traditional machines. And then I tried it out, and yeah, like the space wasn't super like, I think my intro class that I took with them, the lady like yelled at one of the people, like, if you're not getting it, you need to listen. And I was like, oh, but I've always been the girl, like, I know how to listen, and I'm going to keep to myself. I knew what I was doing. I was determined. And after that, I liked what it was doing for my body. And yeah, it wasn't like the best space, but I was really like passionate about it, and I was focused. I wanted that benefit of my body that I needed. Yeah. So that's how I got into it.
What year was that?
Well, it wasn't forever ago.
Yeah. How long were you at the studio before you decided you wanted to become an instructor? Like, how long were you taking classes for?
2 years.
2 years? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then what was the decision that finally made you say, oh, I want to become a Pilates instructor?
It was the space, how it wasn't like super cute.
Okay.
And it wasn't like super nice, you know? Like it wasn't like, I didn't feel like I was learning, I guess. Like I had my instructors that I really enjoyed.
Yeah.
Shout out to them. And then, and then the others that I didn't. So I would follow the ones that I did. And even at that studio, I kept hearing things of like different breath cues, different form cues, and I was confused.
Okay.
So I was like, what's the proper way, and am I actually learning, I guess?
Yeah.
So that drove me like, you know what, I'm going to do this. Like, I think it'd be really beneficial, and if I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it the right way.
Yeah.
So I took my training, and I learned, I was like, now I understand what they were trying to tell me. And I don't know. I went with it, and I was like, this is cool.
And there's so many different like modalities of Pilates, right? So you have balanced body. You can take it at studios. You chose to go through Stout. Yeah. Why did you decide that?
I was doing research, and I heard like it was the creme de la creme, that it was like the best training. And I was like, well, again, if I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it right. And I did it, and I don't regret the choice, and I recommend it to everybody. It's honestly a really great training, in my opinion.
Is it located near Whittier?
Or? It's in Long Beach.
Long Beach? Okay, cool.
And they have another one somewhere by the beach. I don't think it's Newport, but somewhere.
How long was your program?
A month and a half.
Okay. Yeah.
Weekends.
Yeah. I mean, mine was a short amount of time, and it's just like all the training and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it little crazy pants.
And then
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, of course. Ask me the question. Go ahead. I know. I'm like interviewing. Yeah, ask me the question.
No, I was just asking. I'm just curious. I didn't ask that before.
Oh, like if you could?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you can ask me.
Okay, no, just asking. Curious, you didn't say that.
I know. I'm over here like, Kim. Where? How long? No,
I know. No, but honestly, it was a great training,
Yeah.
and I really appreciate the form cues that they taught us.
Okay.
And yeah, I think I take it with me every day.
Yeah. No, I did Balanced Body. Well, not Balanced Body, but I did mine through a studio, and they their main teaching was through Balanced Body and like more classical sense. So my program, I think, was like 4 months, but it was like 1 month mat Pilates and then 3 months of the beginner, intermediate, advanced. But it was only weekends, right? Like it was once a weekend, but then we had the whole month to practice and then to test out. If that makes sense. Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So,
yeah. I mean, maybe this is tea, but I only did like intermediate.
Yeah. Yeah. No. I mean, honestly, we live in the intermediate world, anyways. We don't really live in the advanced world.
Very true.
Like we always teach an intermediate. Is how I was taught as well. It's like you're gonna live in this space. Advanced, yes, but that's if you have clients that can.
Yeah,
you know?
and then I feel like members constantly rotate.
Yeah. Exactly.
You know? So.
And there's so many resources now, like online, where you're able to learn different.
I bought the advanced book, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah. I mean, I took my Tower and Cadillac certification, and I'm like still in the process. But I'm like, oh, I know how to teach this now. Like, I don't need to like. Sure. I'm like watching YouTube videos. I'm like, oh, I got this. I'm an instructor now. Like, it's easy.
I'm not.
But it's crazy because it's like. When I think about, and as you know, also when I first started here, I was so nervous to teach. And it's just like, you know, getting to the point of where you become comfortable and confident, just like going out there and doing it.
Owning a room.
Owning it. So any advice for a woman to take up space and owning a room?
Yeah, girl. Honestly, I mean, if we're talking in an instructor sense, it's...
In an instructor sense.
I guess what helped me was knowing that nobody knows the true verbalization, the cues, what's working. Nobody knows what's going on.
Yeah.
So you can teach a room and not be so nervous because like they don't know.
They don't know. No, I know.
So we know. We take it like everything like really harshly and really to heart, which that just means we care.
Yeah.
And I think when owning the room is at least you did it. Afterwards, you work on, okay, what could I have improved on? What do I want to improve on? What kind of instructor do I want to be?
Yeah.
And then each time you do your class is knowing and looking for that and being open to constructive criticism. And it just naturally comes, and then you know how to public speak, which is really cool.
I still get nervous, but you know, but it does come a lot easier the more and more that you practice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I like to support my girls who are like they finished their certification program, but they need like their hours and stuff. So I'm a huge supporter on because of course we're lacking instructors in these types of communities. So I want to support those type of people, and I'll be there constructively, like sweetly. Of course, I love them so much, but I will give them that guidance and the support that they need, because where else are they going to find it? You know, and build up the instructors, help build their confidence that they have within them. And it's just giving them that little push.
No, I think that's beautiful, and I love that about this space. And my next question is though, how have you seen the impact of Pilates how have you seen the impact of SOL within the Whittier community since you've been here for almost a year?
Almost a year. It's been really crazy, I guess, the impact and how quickly it's moved, I guess. I didn't expect it. I didn't know what the heck was going to come about this. I'm like, it better work, but I didn't know like how it was going to work. But I think I heard so many people when we first opened say thank you to me and saying we really needed this in our types of communities. And it was very like, like so sweet. And I agree. I think it's not fair that other cities or other places get these types of spaces and we don't. So why not?
Yeah.
Because my dad too, when I threw the idea at him, he was like, Pilates, like that's for white people. Like nobody's gonna do that, you know? And I'm like, but that's the mindset. Like that's the reason why we have to, because why do you think all these people, I don't want to say white people, but why do you think all these privileged people are doing it? Like, it doesn't make sense. They know something we don't.
Yeah.
So,
well,
like,
even like when I think about, even like when I first started teaching here and working here, like I went to Venice to get my certification. I lived out there because that's where I could get certified.
Right.
It was in the white community, but being there and taking the certification, it is uncomfortable because it's like, how do you go into this room and work out when everybody else looks the same? You know what I mean? And I think I told you when we first started, or when I first started working here, like the first like week I was here, like I get very emotional. Like when I come the first week, because I'm like, oh my God, there's a room full of people where we all look similar, and it doesn't matter what your size is, what you look like, how tall, and everybody's here and nobody's judging. Like when I was in Venice, you just feel the judgment. Nobody talks. They're on their phone. There's a lack of community there. And here it feels just so different. And thank you. Thank you for creating these spaces, because I never thought that I would be able to come home and teach Pilates. You know what I mean? I never thought like I'd be able to have that opportunity to give back to my community. And because you created this space, I'm able to do I'm not working with you anymore, but but I was able to find my confidence within my community. And take up space in my community, because it's not just taking up space in white places, but also how do we do it here in a safe space?
Totally.
And and I'm just thank you. Thank you.
I think I started seeing that when I would visit different studios, and it was like, you felt different. You felt the eyes, or you felt the lack of, And then I started seeing when the studio opened and then people were talking to each other, I was like, like, are they friends? I'm like, no, they just met. And that's when I started seeing that turning point. And I was like, that's exactly what the purpose is. This is the point. And it was really cool, really special. And I mean, also too, like I grew up very like loner vibes, like very to myself. If I did have friends, like it was always like a weird situation, a backstabbing type of thing. And then I guess that's why I wanted that sense of community, for people to feel like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna go to Pilates, I'm gonna go to SOL, and I'm gonna see all my friends there. You know, just give that type of space as well, so we don't feel alone.
No. And I definitely feel that when people come in, like they have that conversation and that like community that you built here. So.
It's super nice. I'm very grateful. Thank you.
Earlier you said that you told your dad, like, oh, I want to build a Pilates studio, or what? I guess so. You took Pilates, right? Then you decided to become an instructor. Did you already decide that you wanted to open up a Pilates studio before you became an instructor?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So, yes, I am the owner of SOL, but I'm also the owner of House of Divinity.
Yeah.
So that was my first business, beauty services, estheticians, cosmetologists, and nail technicians. So I already, I guess, wanted to do that entrepreneurial life. And I was like, okay, I love servicing, but I also know like my body's not gonna be able to survive this for my next forever. And what if I have a kid, So I guess it was that, like, my love for fitness has always been there like my entire life. And then when I found Pilates, I was like, okay, there's a lack of, there is not studios around us, and the people are not very friendly. So what can we fix there? And then that's when everything kind of came into play. So I guess the idea first started where I was like, we need this, I think. And then it was like, well, I'm not going to do it just to do it and run the business. It felt icky. So that's when I was, again, if I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it right. Went to my training and then finished that. And that's where the ball started rolling. And again, I was very hard on myself with teaching and knowing how I wanted to portray a class or give a class. And I think, it helped a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but it's interesting to like hear the story, right? Of like when these ideas come into mind, because like even for me, like I've always wanted to build something, but it took me forever to finally get to this point to do this podcast and, you know, to feel comfortable to step into that. So it's so cool to see like you had the idea, you did it, and you executed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's amazing.
Yeah.
Because
so I hear people like when you were nervous about it, we would have these conversations like just do it.
I know.
Because at least too, like even if you've tried, maybe it didn't work out. You tried.
Yeah.
At least there's that. But you don't know what will happen if you don't try. So I'm not going to live my life not knowing. And I think that's what everybody should kind of take from, you know, that fear. Do it knowing, maybe, or maybe.
You don't know unless you try and you can't keep living in your head.
You know?
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to ask another question. All right, have you ever felt like you had to shrink yourself in this industry?
I mean, in a sense of comparison. So, comparing is natural. I feel a natural human reaction. You know, as much as we tell ourselves, like, don't compare, like, that's the killer of happiness. It's like, well, it's a natural type of reaction that we all kind of give. So I think in this industry, seeing the blow up of Pilates and how it's turning, it's natural for that comparison. So with like all these events going on and how Pilates is now like cute matching sets, sunglasses, a headband, and some matcha.
We got our matcha guy. But no.
But like where it becomes the entire personality. The entire fad of it all, where this is meant for wellness and lifestyle. And the comparison of like, wait, but like all these events are happening and is there meaning behind it? Should I do that as well? And like, oh, that looks like it's popping off. I should do it too. But then it's like, hold on. We got to stick true to what's me. Why we started this and our soul mission, and continue striving off of that and not letting that comparison or social media dictate how we should feel and what we should do. Because Pilates is driven in a whole different direction right now.
No, it is. And I feel like also like it's kind of losing its meaning of what Pilates is meant for. Like, you know, people are like, oh, I didn't know it's for rehab. Oh, I didn't know. I'm like, you know, I didn't know, like, you know, I just thought like it was like stretching, and I'm like, no, it's like how we live and how we
like body positioning, breath, and
because like even for myself, it's like there's so many events every weekend. There's something happening every weekend, and it's just like how, as I'm starting my business as well, it's like how do I not compare myself to them? And like you said, it's like I don't want to do something that's not meaningful, but making sure that it's meaningful and intentional for what your values are as a business. So
it's like you have to look at these type of things of like, is there meaning behind it, or is this just for money? Is it just for the social pics? I don't know. I guess for myself, I just wouldn't do it. And I'm going to go where I feel right.
And I think that's all you can do. It's hard. The judgment, the comparison. And I think that's also why it took me so long to want to finally start my own company as well, was because I'm like, well, who am I? You know, no, but like those are the things that come up. Like, who am I? I'm just going to be somebody else doing Pilates events, going to be somebody else. Like, you know, and then I'm like, I don't want to just be another person doing events. Like, so it's like, as I'm doing this, like make sure that it is intentional, that people are learning, because it's never just been about Pilates for me. It's always been about choosing myself, stepping into my confidence, owning my voice, owning my power, all those things. And it's like creating that for other women through movement, through sound, through connection. So.
And I think when we're little, like you hear those little sayings of like, your individuality is your superpower.
And
it's like, Well, I think we need to take that as adults too.
Yeah.
Where this is our superpower in a way of like we're staying true to us and not just following, whatever is cool at the moment. Sticking to our mission and why we did this in the first place. Like, I don't know, if fads die out.
Yeah.
We're sticking to Pilates. Like we're not doing exercises, That's gonna be our superpower, and I'm gonna stick with it. Like, that's what I feel it's true.
Yeah.
So
No, I know. I love that. I love that. So the Pilates. So I do have a question. How do you see like SOL going in the future?
So I mean, I guess I could say this. Like, I think, yes, I want to be more present in our communities, always give that access to our communities. But I also want to go to privileged areas and be like, here's SOL, because we deserve this space just as much as this girl, that boy. Just because the color of whoever our members are, whoever wants to come in, like, I think that'd be so freaking like, boom, bitch, like in your face. Like, this is our space too.
Yeah.
We're going to make space regardless if you like it or not.
Yeah.
So I think that's a huge goal of mine.
Yeah.
And then I grew up in Southgate. I think another goal for me is to have a Pilates space and make it like really affordable.
Okay. Yeah.
Once we can, or maybe once we have that like set of instructors, more availability that way. And, just depends on finances, but that'd be a super, super cool goal, because Southgate, like, who's going to go to Southgate to do Pilates, those type of areas.
I actually went to like high school out in Southgate, Paramount area. Yeah. An all-girls school. Yeah.
Southgate?
I think in Paramount and Southgate are right next to each other.
Yeah.
No? Yeah. It was St. Matthias. It used to be an all-girls school. And now it's something else.
Oh, very cool. Yeah, I mean, that's my hood. It holds my heart forever. My friends still live there, so I go all the time. And then I didn't just like in Southgate. Like, my mom, a little backstory, my mom owned an aerobic studio in Compton.
Okay.
And I was around those areas. My family grew up in like South Central. Like, my grandma owned a panaderia and a restaurant in South Central LA.
Yeah.
They're like, it's not South Central, it's LA. I'm like, girl, it's South Central. Like, don't try to play. Yeah. But so like those areas, like, I don't know, people are like, be careful when you're walking alone. I'm like, girl, this is Whittier.
Yeah. This is Whittier. I know Whittier's pretty safe. It is. So it's become more safe, I have to say that.
Yeah. It's become more safe.
All right. So Kim, do you have any questions for me?
Yes. I would like to know if you have ever felt uncomfy or have had an experience where maybe you felt uncomfortable in a predominantly white space.
Yeah, I think taking up space or just living in white spaces in general, for me, I've never really felt like I belonged. I'm Mexican American, but I was never Mexican enough for the Mexicans and never white enough for the whites. So I've felt always out of place. But still, like, growing up, being, Mexican and seeing my mom's a lot darker than I am. I'm on the lighter side, but seeing how people treated my family around me, also seeing white people around me get everything they want, seeing men, right, choose a white woman over a Latina woman. And then you watch these movies, how they portray white women, and it just became very clear that white equals beauty. And that is the standard. So like, even growing up, I would stay out of the sun because I didn't want to be dark. And I didn't want to look too brown. I didn't want to look like, too Mexican. Yeah. And I've never understood my culture or appreciated my culture until I started traveling. And then that's when I'm like, wow, it's not like how the US portrays Mexicans to be. Yeah, we are hardworking. We do go after our dream. Like, you know what I mean? We're so entrepreneurial mindset, but it's like, we don't get any credit for that. And until I went to Mexico to actually live there for a couple months, that's when I'm like, wow, I'm so proud to be Mexican. But that took me until I was 28. You know what I mean? I'm 31 now. So I've struggled with my identity for such a long time. And, and I still didn't grow up a lot with the cultures and stuff. And I don't speak Spanish, so a lot of that portrays into it. But part of a lot of the work that I've been doing is that self-reflective and like being comfortable in my skin, being comfortable saying I am Mexican. Before I wouldn't say it. Now I'm like, yeah, I'm Mexican American. Like I'm just happy, you know, and like
Yes.
taking up that space. But then I also had to see how I was living. Like I constantly sought white validation. I constantly wanted white people to like me. I wanted them to be my friend. I wanted their approval. And I felt that so much more when I moved back home last year, and I lived in Venice because I was overseas for 6 years, and then when I came back, lived in Venice, I saw myself seeking validation, wanting to work at an EA at a really big, you know, nonprofit that the family's really well known because, you know, it's like, oh, they're gonna give me my dreams and my access to life, you know, and it's just like we get like trapped in these ideas of what success looks like because it's like, oh, well, if I have them as friends, then I will get success, you know? And I've been on this journey of like uncovering my patterns. And part of that journey was through Pilates. It actually showed me so clearly how much I was seeking white validation because Pilates, as we were talking about earlier, is very much in these white areas.
Yeah.
And I was living in Venice, which is a very white area. There is diversity, but it's very white. There's a lot of studios. And the one that I chose to do was also very white. And when I first started to become a Pilates instructor, I had no intention of actually teaching. I just was doing it for myself. I'm like, you know what? This is fun. I've been doing it for a while. I just want to get into my body and learn. And then I'm like, wow, I actually really like this. But then I also thought, I'm like, this is very white. This is a white thing to do. I'm becoming a Pilates instructor. Am I just trying to be like them? Or like, who am I in this process? And as I was going in my journey of becoming a Pilates instructor, it's actually so funny because I remember when I first started, I was like super excited. I do fun things with my hair sometimes. I'll do like space buns, I'll do braids. And like all of my like, energy and authenticity was showing. Mm-hmm. And then as I got deeper and deeper into the program, I started to dim my light because again, you're surrounded by, sometimes I want to say white people, but it's also white energy. You don't have to be white skinned to have white energy. You know what I mean? And Venice has a lot of the white energy, you know, and I felt very much judged. I remember my last final weekend in the advanced weekend. At this time as well, I was going through a lot with family, so I was very, very sensitive. Not gonna make that as an excuse, but I was very I was going through a lot. And I remember I was going into that advanced weekend and I was just like, I just felt judged by everybody in the room because I didn't know everything fast enough. You know what I mean? I was still having a hard time getting the words out because my insecurity of my lisp, and I'm like, I can't say shoulders, and I'm like all these all these things that all of my insecurities came out teaching Pilates, and I just felt judged. I felt like the people who were also managing the program as well, it was just, they were just talking, and I maybe they weren't saying anything bad, but it just always felt like they were judging us, not in a constructive way, but in a gossip way, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And so it's it was kind of hard to know, because also that's their job, is to judge us, it's to critique us.
Yeah.
But also, so it was kind of hard to know, am I doing something wrong? You know what I mean? And I felt myself kind of shrink, and I was supposed to go to the third day. And again, I had a lot of family stuff going. But after I did the second day, I was like, I don't want to do this. I was ready to stop doing Pilates because I just felt like I was behind. Everybody was judging me. That's what I felt. But it's also, I was projecting, because I was very insecure in that time of my life. So it was a combination of listening to myself, knowing that it's not all me, because there's a reason you feel that way. And I think it's even as I'm telling myself the story, I'm no, but I was going through, I'm still justifying it, right? Because I'm I don't want them to be mad at me or if they hear this, So I'm still justifying the behavior. And I'm aware of that. And I also know, I've been listening to myself, and I'm no, there's a reason that you feel this way. There's a reason why other people in the program felt that way too. It's not just you. Yeah. You're not crazy, guys. Yeah. You have to listen to yourself.
Yeah. And it's not it's a random thing that's never happened in the Pilates space in Venice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know, so I believe it.
Yeah. So I didn't go to that final day, and I was, gonna just quit and be like, this isn't for me. I'm not gonna do this. And then it was actually, I sat in ceremony, a mushroom ceremony. And I had my little, I guess, I don't want to say awakening, but realization, I should say, about Pilates, and realizing that I don't need to be anything like these people. All I have to do is take what they gave me in terms of the education and make it my own. I don't need to be this perfect, because I'm like, oh, well, they're skinnier than me. They have like all of these things. Like we compare so much, and like they're going to get jobs way faster than I'm going to get a job out in Venice because they look like everybody. You know what I mean? All these things. And I was sitting there in ceremony, like, I'm done. This isn't for me. I'm just going to give up. And then I'm like, no, I'm going to make this how I want to make it. And I'm going to stop running away from myself. And because it's easier to say it's them instead of saying, no, it's me. Like, I have to get through this loop, through this awareness that I have of shrinking, and then owning and stepping into my power. And then after I made that decision, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to finish the program. I put up an Instagram reel that week, and I said, guys, I need help. I need people to come in, and I need bodies to practice on. And I got so much support from from people I don't even talk to. Like, I haven't talked to since like high school or middle school. And they reached out, and I was like teaching all these different people. And before you know it, I became way more advanced than the other people, because then I put the work in, and I was the first one, I think, to get hired out of that cohort. And I got 4 jobs within like 3 weeks, So it's like, it just shows that we are, in a way, our own worst nightmare at times, because like I live in my mind a lot. So it takes me a while to unpack my patterns. And once I've learned and understood why I do what I do, then I learn the lesson and I can close it out, and then I move forward. So I normally stay in loops for a while. And the loop was taking up space in white places. It was not being afraid to own my power and own that I am different. And that's what makes me me. And that's why, your energy will bring certain people in, and that's all that matters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's that superpower.
It's the superpower. Yes. The goddess energy.
Yes. And these stories are so important.
Yeah.
So people need to hear it. And being that unfiltered and that voice of like, you know what? Like, I don't hear many people saying this. And to have somebody say it and own it and be like, I wasn't the only one to feel this way.
I'm even nervous saying it, but it's like, that's part of it, is like getting it out, because people need to hear it.
And I feel that feeling is a subliminal feeling that like you're not directly like you type thing, but it's like, why does it feel like that? Like you come in like ugh,
you're like why do I feel
gross.
the looks, or like the, like the, or like I remember it so clearly. I was in a group of girls. This one girl, she didn't make eye contact with me at all. And I'm like, literally talked to everybody but me. And I'm just like, and I saw, like I'm telling you, I saw my energy shift. I went from being happy, bubbly, to wearing hats because I didn't want to be seen. I didn't want them, you know what I mean, to shrinking. And it's so easy to shrink, but I think that's what is our superpower, is owning it. It's making them uncomfortable.
Yes, exactly. I think it's like, go, like, no. Wake up.
Yeah.
We're so much stronger than we feel.
I know, yeah.
Taking up that space is like, it's scary, but afterwards it's like, fuck yeah. Girl,
cheers to that.
Cheers. Do you have events planned?
Oh my God, I do. Oh yeah, November 2nd with Kim. But this podcast will come out after the event. But I was actually going to say that this is probably one of the first studios that I worked at. And you're the first person I'm doing my podcast with, and the first person I'm doing collaboration with. So thank you.
Oh my gosh.
I know, when I first was telling Kim about the idea of Hello God, or like just doing something, so just do it anytime. Like, we can do something, you can use the space. And and it's crazy, like full circle, 3-4 months later after working here, that this is happening and you're here supporting me, and I appreciate that.
Yes.
And especially for the first collaboration, like it's so exciting.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I have that event with you, and then I'll be doing sound baths every Wednesday, like in Santa Fe Springs, Whittier area, and that's in the evening time. And then I have a a goddess giving plan November 15th, which is going to be a Friendsgiving. So there's going to be a lot of fun things happening. So I'm excited, but more will come out. Yeah.
I love to see it because it's like you're doing it.
I know it's happening.
Yes.
It's happening. I'm finding the venues. I'm figuring it out, and making the dreams come to reality.
Yeah. See, that's all it's about. We got to try.
Yeah.
Just stick to your gut, and I mean, whatever's meant to happen is going to happen.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
Thank you. I'm going to give you a hug.
Thank you so much for having me.
Of course. Any other final words to the audience?
No, I feel like I could talk forever.
I know, same. I
feel like we like been in the corner like talking for an hour the other day.
Oh yeah.
When was it? Our like photo shoot.
Oh yeah, the photo shoot day for the Day of the Dead.
Yeah, but so thankful for giving me the opportunity to just say my piece. Why not?
Yeah, awesome. Well, thank you, Kim, for sharing your story so honestly. I know so many of us needed to hear this reminder that we belong in every room we walk into. To everyone listening, I hope you feel seen, inspired, and ready to step into your own power. Remember, you don't need permission to take up space. You already have permission. So if today's episode moved you, please share it with another goddess who needs to hear it. And please follow along the SOL Pilates and check out the studio in Whittier.
Yay!
All right.